Hi everyone. I'm going to go through and do a bit of an up-to-date ownCloud install on Ubuntu. The installation of the Ubuntu server is exactly the same, however, with the LAMP install. So I'll put a link here if you want to go in right back to the beginning and see how to install Ubuntu server with LAMP. So let's get to it. So as you can see, I've logged in, logged in, and we're running Ubuntu Server 14.04.1, the LTS version there. So this is a brand new clean install, nothing. So the first thing I'm going to go do is we're going to go in and fix the IP. So this is slightly different to the old version. There's a couple of little changes. So we'll go in and we'll make the changes here. So I'm just going to type it again and then address. There's a couple of little changes along the way in this, and in this version we're actually going to install ownCloud manually rather than the other version where we actually use the package installer. And the reason for that is I've found that even with this latest version of Ubuntu, the package installer only had version 6 of ownCloud and hadn't been updated. The repository hadn't been updated. So this way we can actually get the very latest version of ownCloud. But also another important thing was that I found the package installer actually installed ownCloud in a different location to what everybody or what most people seem to be used to. So it's a little bit strange that they've done that, but it doesn't matter. We're going to go and do it manually anyways. Okay, so you can see there, I'm just going to save that, Control X. That hasn't changed. What has changed though is we need to go to a slightly different location. You can just follow the path exactly here, and we want to edit this base file. So in here we want to put our name server. So put your router or whatever. In my case it's that IP for my router. We need to put that in there so that when we reboot it sticks. Okay, so we've done that. I'm just going to restart. Whoops. I'm going to restart it so it'll take on the so for some reason sometimes I'm having this issue where the networking won't restart by typing in the command, so I've just found it easier to just reboot the server so it will take on the new static settings that we've set. So at the moment you can see that it hasn't. So I'm just going to reboot the server and be right back. Okay, now that we're back, I've just logged in again, and you'll see that it's taken on our new static settings, and the IP is now 192.168.1.11. You know, choose whatever you want. That's what I'm using. Before we get started, two very important commands to run is we'll do the update, just so that we get all the latest packages installed on our server before we get going. So run the apt-get update and then apt-get upgrade. So after that we'll do the upgrade and then go yes. So yeah, just let that run, wait for that to finish. Okay, so that's done. Before we install ownCloud, we want to get all these packages that ownCloud requires. I'll put all the instructions and in a text file below, so you can just copy and paste. Makes it a bit easier. So just install yes. Alright, awesome. So that's done. Let's just run a restart Apache after that. Sorry, that's what happens when you copy and paste. So we're just going to restart Apache there. Perfect. Okay, so now that the system's totally up to date, we're going to go and download the latest version of ownCloud, which currently is version 7.0.1. So again, I'm just going to copy this and paste, and again, all the commands and links will be below. So it's going to go and download that. Okay, cool. So now that's downloaded, we can see that's the tar file there. What we do is just going to extract it to, you can see cvar www html. That's the document root, the default document root here. So I'm just going to extract it into there. Oh, one last command before we go and log in is we want to change the permissions. Done. So now we should basically be able to go in here and put in our IP 1.1.1/ownCloud, and perfect. So that's exactly what we want. This is the first login. So I'm just going to create a user, put in a password. The database, I'm leaving it as default. The user here for the database is root. This is the user that we created a password as we were installing Ubuntu. So put in the password that we put there. We can give it any name we want, leave it as localhost, and then go finish. And that's a good sign. It's just logging in. And perfect, we are in. So that's excellent. That's exactly what we want. As you can see though, it's not secure. So next we'll go through and configure OpenSSL so that ownCloud can be logged in securely.